What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the JuiceBox presented by LOCKCITY. It's Wighty here today. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a good week and hope you're all enjoying Blast London so far. Today we have episode 197 of the JuiceBox. It's obviously going to be a continuation into Blast London. We're going to cover the 4 matchups that are already on the board for tomorrow. I turned my brain cells on today, realized that I didn't have to wait until later in the afternoon for the matches to finish to record because we already have the 4 that are set up for tomorrow. So without further ado, we'll hop into some parlays. The obvious caveat for today's video is that today's plays are still in progress. So we called out Mao's map 2 minus 3.5 round spread. That came through. Mao's won 13-4, I think it was in map 2. Might have been 13-3. I don't remember exactly. And then G2 is going on right now. They're up 8-5, 9-5 now on Train in the second half. So we'll hope that G2 can pull it out. It's Liquid's map pick right now, so if they can end up winning Train, then it looks really good for them. And we look to come through on the first one. We'll have the second one later this afternoon. Taking a look at what we have for tomorrow, obviously it's going to be a big underdog day for us. And for those of you that don't know, all of the odds that we are using in today's video, as well as every video, always going to be on Thunderpick.io. One of the top books in the world for esports betting, also has the widest availability of lines that I've been able to find from a Counter-Strike 2 perspective. Thunderpick, we're lucky enough to be partnered with them, so the link that you see on your screen, tinyurl.com/lcthunder, if you use that link to sign up, you are going to get a 100% deposit bonus on your first deposit all the way up to $600. So any amount that you deposit in whatever your local currency is, Thunderpick will match that up to a $600 equivalent, 500 euros, so on and so forth, for you to be able to use for your esports picks. Thunderpick has obviously CS2 lines, ton of other esports. They have regular sports, they have a casino. Definitely the place to be. So if you don't have a book already for esports betting, Thunderpick is definitely my recommendation. Again, tinyurl.com/lcthunder is going to get you a 100% deposit match on your first deposit all the way up to $600. All right, so for tomorrow, again, big underdog day for me. If you're not big on these underdogs, by all means, feel free to go with some other plays or skip the ones that I'm running for tomorrow. But I feel really good about all of these. So the first one here, we're going to combo the 6 a.m. and the 8:30, and then I went with the 11 o'clock here. I left off FaZe and Na'Vi for the time being because I have no idea what to expect from that match. Both teams have looked very inconsistent. I'm not the biggest FaZe fan in the world. I hope that Jacob does well with them. I hope they end up doing well, but both FaZe and Na'Vi I have a very hard time trusting right now. So without further ado, the first match here, we took ECSTATIC plus 1.5 map spread, and we took M80 plus 1.5 map spread. For ECSTATIC and fnatic, I do think ECSTATIC could win this outright. If we're going down into map pool, obviously fnatic on paper should probably win this matchup. If we're looking at map pool, it does look like fnatic has a stronger map pool. ECSTATIC has been playing some pretty decent competition. fnatic has been playing some better competition. They've been beating teams like BetBoom and some pretty respectable teams. When we come down and look at what these two teams have done recently, fnatic won 2 very close ones on Train and Dust 2 the last time that they saw each other at the CS Asia Championships. RES Showdown 2, ECSTATIC won this 2-1. So again, Train fell in fnatic's favor. This one was a lot more lopsided. But then ECSTATIC was able to win Inferno and Ancient here. If we're looking at what we can expect in terms of maps, and talking about that, I do think ECSTATIC probably takes Ancient here. I think that is their safest bet. fnatic's probably going to win whatever they end up picking, but I do really like ECSTATIC on their map pick. I think they could win Ancient. fnatic's obviously going to ban Nuke. I think ECSTATIC could probably win Inferno. They could win Train. They could win Overpass. There's a lot on here that I think are relatively 50-50. fnatic I give an obvious edge to on Dust 2. I give an obvious edge to them on Mirage, but we're going to see Mirage banned on the ECSTATIC side of things. But give me ECSTATIC plus 1.5. They played FaZe pretty well. They came out swinging. They were able to take a map off of them. fnatic ended up falling flat against a Na'Vi team that I thought they would be able to win a map off of. So I'm not big on fnatic right now. I'm going to go ECSTATIC at least to win their map pick, but I would not be surprised if they won this outright. We're going to go ECSTATIC plus 1.5 map spread for that first leg. Second leg is going to be even sketchier. We're going to go with M80 and Virtus.pro. I like Virtus.pro, so that's why I'm saying this is sketchier. I know a lot of y'all don't like Virtus.pro, so this might not be sketchy at all for y'all, but this is sketchy for me. So M80 and VP, M80, 30th ranked team of the world, one of the better North American teams, aside from, I guess, Liquid, probably the next best. Virtus.pro, One of my favorite teams to watch, but very, very streaky. They looked very messy yesterday. They did not look good at all against GamerLegion, and obviously that was the only leg that we ended up losing in terms of our picks overall. When we're looking at what these teams have done recently with one another, Virtus.pro won 2-1 in this best of 3 at PGL Astana. They lost Ancient 13-9 and then ended up winning both Mirage and Inferno. Overpass M80 is really good on. So Virtus.pro, yeah, they can take Overpass here, but M80's Overpass is not to be taken lightly. If we look at Overpass here, obviously they beat Vitality 13-3 on Overpass. That was their first non-North American game aside from Kolesi. And they handled Vitality. They looked great on Overpass against Vitality. I think M80, that's probably what they want to take as their pick, which, yeah, that could fall into Virtus.pro's lap if they're able to win Overpass. But I think it's going to be pretty sketchy here. I think M80 could win this outright, but again, what I'm going to go with is M80 plus 1.5 map spread. They just need to win their pick. I'm sure they could win Overpass, but there's a bunch of other maps here that I think they could keep close or potentially squeak out as well. So that's going to be 2 units. It's not quite a double up, but 2 units pays 1.82 times. It's going to pay us 3.64 units. The next one here is going to be GamerLegion against Vitality. So Vitality did not look great yesterday against M80. They've been fumbling a little bit here. So they lost to Falcons. They lost to Mongols. They lost to Mongols here. They were able to squeak past Tyloo. They went to overtime twice with Liquid. They've been shaky overall. And then M80, they lost 13-3, and they really needed to be able to come back there 13-7. And then this last one ended up being pretty close. They ended up taking it 13-10. And if I'm not mistaken, they won the last 3 rounds there to close it out, if I remember correctly. So Vitality should win this. But again, I think there's maps that GamerLegion could definitely keep things close on. I think Vitality obviously going to ban Ancient. GamerLegion probably bans Train. Vitality probably picks Dust 2. I think GamerLegion probably takes Nuke. But I could see them taking Overpass just with how badly Vitality looked on Overpass yesterday. I could see GamerLegion squeaking that out as well. But GamerLegion, given their form, given how they're playing, they look really cohesive. Vitality looks like they're in their own head a lot right now. I can't really trust their form. I think they still win this, but I definitely like GamerLegion to win a map. So that's going to be the second one. It's more than 2 times just for that one play alone for GamerLegion to win a map. They're like 6 times on the money line. So GamerLegion to win 1 map, 2.2 times your money. I'm throwing 2 units there. It's going to pay 4.40 units. All right, y'all. Those are the 2 plays that I have crafted up for tomorrow. Again, I'm leaving FaZe and Navi off for the time being. I think that's going to be an absolute disaster of a game. But we'll see how it goes. And then for those of you that aren't in the Discord already, obviously at the bottom of the screen here, discord.gg/LOCKCITY. 100% free server. Come hang out with us. We have plays in there throughout the course of the day. You can find them in my Wighty Wins channel, as well as obviously CS2 chat, community members talking in there all day long about all of the matches. So come hang out with us. Come make some money with us. If you don't have a Discord to already hang out in, or if you're Discord savvy, by all means, come chill in the Discord and then give us a subscribe on YouTube, depending on where you're listening, obviously YouTube or Spotify. Leave a comment again if you like the flow of this video better than what we were doing previously, where we're going back match by match and then reviewing the parlays at the end. I like this flow better, but if you don't, please let me know in the comments and we can always look to alter things. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great day, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.